Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet Valley VGC video. I'm your host Jose Rocks, and today I have one of my favorite teams that I've made of this format. So today we're going to be featuring Solgaleo, and Solgaleo is one of my favorite restrictors because it's based on a lion, and I'm actually a Leo. My birthday is in August, which is in a couple weeks from now. So I've always loved playing with Solgaleo, especially in Sword and Shield. Um, Playing with the the bulldog strategy with of course it was still Calyrex, and you would have your Solgaleo with Dynamax and you just bulldoze and you're able to go for like max steel spikes. You usually will run Earthquake on that set, and you have like max Quake, and you could run like a psychic type attack, or you could run like Flare Blitz, so you get like max Flare and stuff like that. So it was really cool. You can also run Wild Charge to get max Lightning. So it was a really cool strategy. So I thought about, I seen a couple people try Calyrex and Solgaleo, and it inspired me to make a team of my own using those two, right? So this is my version of Calyrex Solgaleo. The one that I saw was Rock Terror with Rock Slide, which is pretty similar, and then I think it was like Water Terror Calyrex. I chose to go a little bit of a different route with mine. So with my set, I chose to go with the Bug Terror because against the common Calyrex Shadow that likes to tear into dark that's going around, you're able to deal massive amounts of damage with Bug Terror Pollen Puff to it, and that's just a really cool strategy that can catch them off guard that they might not expect, right? And Calyrex usually does have a good matchup into Solgaleo because it outspeeds you and is able to threaten you with super effective damage, threaten you with consistent Astral Barrages even after you Terra. And you can go for Bulldoze to drop their speed and KO them, but if they're playing alongside Zamazenta, then that just puts you kind of in a trickier matchup, right? So that's why the Pollen Puff with Bug Terror is really good for that set, because they usually like the Terror in front of this Calyrex when you don't even have to go for Astral Barrage. Of course, the bulldoze, the strategy is that you lead Calyrex Solgaleo, you bulldoze into your Solgaleo, you drop the speeds of your opponents, and then you just go for like Sun Steel Strikes or Psychic Fangs, and it's super, super strong into a lot of different restricted and like normal mons that are non-restricted, and it's hard for them to survive against that. Incineroar is 2-hit KO by Rock Slide, and you one-shot Miraidon with Psychic Fangs. You one-shot so many things with Sunsteel Strike. Sunsteel Strike also ignores Trapagos ability, so you're able to just one-shot that if you get your +2, right? Of course, you break the ability with the bulldoze, but if it comes out after you have your +2, they might not know that Sunsteel Strike ignores their ability, and they may feel safe to just survive a +2 Sunsteel Strike in front of Solgaleo, and then you just pick up the KO. So it's really fun. Next we have Scarf Ditto. So this Ditto is really cool because it's able to take advantage of a lot of different restrictors in the format. I love to copy like opposing Zamazenta, opposing Calyrex, opposing Zacian, opposing Kyogre, because you just get like a Scarf Kyogre, you get like a Scarf, Zamazenta with Body Press, and it copies the boost, right? So you already copy the stats that the Zamazenta has or the Zacian, which they're already at +1, and so when you get in, the ability activates again, so it's like you get a +2 Zamazenta Body Press or a +2 attack Zacian, and it's just really hard for them to switch into. You usually one-shot Zacian with a Behemoth Blade into that slot, and it's a very easy two-shot Body Press onto the Zamazenta. If they have any chip on them, then you just pick up the one-hit KO. So this Ditto is really fun. The normal Terra is really there to help against when you do copy a Calyrex Shadow, because we're not running something like Focus Sash. You don't want to be one-shot by the opposing Calyrex in case they have speed control or something like that. So this punishes them because this doesn't allow them to click Astral Barrage into your Ditto. They have to click another move, and if you have another Mon next to Ditto, then that Mon can also attack Calyrex because it can't just spam Astral Barrage and pick up 2 KOs. So that's the idea behind that. This Incineroar is also really good into opposing Calyrex and just Miraidon and any special attackers in the format. So to be able to have the Assault Vest and be super bulky just gives you answer into special attackers that sometimes Solgaleo doesn't really like to go up against. Incineroar can kind of help you deal with those. It's very bulky, and it also has 100 AVs in attack, so that you're able to deal some damage with Flare Blitz and Knockoff, and also U-turn into things that it hits with super effective damage. Is going to be chipping them down. Next we have Ogerpon. Ogerpon is so huge for this team because Urshifu water, especially on Tailwind or in the rain, is a huge issue for this team. If you see this team, Calyrex can't switch into it. Solgaleo takes massive damage from it. If you Terra, then it just one-shots you on the Fire Terror. Incineroar takes massive damage from it. Ditto, unless you copy Urshifu, takes massive damage, and it can crit through screens, right? So single-handedly having Ogerpon and always bringing it when you see it Urshifu is going to allow this team to have success, right? Because they can't safely click Surging Strikes into you, as well as like the Tailwind Water Spout Kyogre teams. They Urshifu, they can't just click Surging Strikes and Water Spout because this Ogerpon threatens them so much. And this Ogerpon, it really feels essential to this team. It feels like it fits right in. The other team that was inspired by this team, they did have Ogerpon as well, and that's kind of where I put Ogerpon because I can see the role that it plays for this team. And I did swap out the Landorus for Ditto, Scarf Ditto, because I feel like Ditto allowed me a lot more offense in certain situations, whereas Landorus was only really good until like Miraidon and like opposing a Cineroar, right? Anything that's weak to ground, it was good into that matchup. But Ditto gives me a random out in a lot of different matchups that you may not expect to have those outs, right? It's always when you have Ditto, every game can be completely different with this team because you don't know what you can copy going into the game, and just taking one of your opponent's mons, seeing their strategy up front if you lead Ditto, and it just allows for a lot of, you know, really good lines and really fun, unique lines that you don't get with a lot of teams that don't have Ditto. So that's the idea behind Ditto and Ogerpon. They both are very valuable to this team, and they definitely come out to a lot of matchups. Last but not least, we have Grimmsnarl. So Grimmsnarl is going to be very standard Ghost Terror. One thing to note is that it's a really cool strategy that you can do when you lead Grimmsnarl Solgaleo. The reflecting light screen makes Solgaleo extra bulky so that it's easier to activate your weakness policy if you don't have your Calyrex in the front. And also Thunder Wave, when you Thunder Wave your opponent's mons plus the Rock Slide from Solgaleo, it's like an old strategy that you used to use with like Thundurus and Landorus back in the day with Thunder Wave and Rock Slide. It's very hard for your opponents to break through the Rock Slide and Thunder Wave. And Solgaleo, when it's outspeeding them, and also you have to hit it for super effective damage to remove it when the screens are up. And if you hit it for super effective damage, you're activating a weakness policy, which is making Rock Slide do more damage. And it's just a super fun strategy. Not fun for your opponents, right? Because being flinched and being fully paralyzed really sucks. But it is, you know, Solgaleo is kind of outclassed in this format by a lot of other restricteds. So giving it the best odds to be able to succeed and have fun with it, I think that this Grimmsnarl really does a good job of supporting it. So that's going to be it for a team breakdown with this team. There is a renticle up at the top right, as well as a Poképaste down in the description below. Let me know with a comment what you guys think about Solgaleo, and leave a like and subscribe if you guys like this type of content. We did post a more niche restricted, but in my opinion, I think Solgaleo is not niche. It does feel really legit. It just needs to have the proper support around it. And there's also some upgrades and stuff that you guys can do with this team if you see some flaws in it, and you can make it your own, right? It's just you have a skeleton there, right? So that's similar to what I did. So I do think Solgaleo is really good in this format. It does have a lot of things that it's weak to, but with the proper support, it does kind of feel busted in a lot of different cases. But that's going to be it for this breakdown. Let's go ahead and get into these battles. All right, so we got opposing Grim. I've seen this team before. I think we can just sweep with Calyrex Solgaleo right early. I like Incineroar and I like Ditto here. Ditto helps me copy something in the end game, like copying a Miraidon and being Choice Scarf is super fun. Copying a Calyrex that got boost is really solid. If you're not Choice Scarf Urshifu, then this kind of wrecks you. Fake out Grum. Okay. So this looks bad, but we have Pollen Puff, right? Alright, but that doesn't save your Urshifu, right? Alright, so Urshifu's down. Nice, we'll get Pollen Puff off. Ogre Palm would have been super nice here for redirection. Alright, I could switch Cali and Incineroar. Have fake out pressure. Forces Miraidon to switch into his Calyrex and Sunsteel strike that slot. The only thing this loses to this turn is if he Volt switches into Calyrex. But I think you should Volt switch the Solgaleo. Nice. Okay. So I can make the read that he's gonna switch out. Oh, that does nothing. All right. I can make the read that he's gonna switch out into Ice Rider. Oh, he didn't switch. And he gave me the KO here. Ah, that was such a good play. Wow. Alright, I got a better play though. U-turn here. Yeah, because Solgaleo is vulnerable to going down, right? Yeah, the Grim here was super good for my opponent because getting that damage onto Miraidon, even if +2 still Sunsteel would have still been a good damage. Alright, so he read to protect. I could have really punished him, but I do get the free Miraidon there. Alright, I need to stop the Grim from pivoting. I didn't even look at the Miraidon moveset. That's a misplay by me. I should look at the moveset before I switch it. Yeah, you definitely faking out Miraidon if you're going for that. Alright, but this is fine. If he Glacial Lances here, ooh. Now I get Miraidon back. I just need a KO Grim here, and then we should be in a good spot to win the game. Nice. Alright, so there's no way you don't protect Calyrex here, right? I think we could take a Draco. So I'm a normal Terror, lock it to Electro Drift. Because if you Draco, then you're just -2, right? We survive Draco. Yeah, protect is obvious here, right? But if we survive Draco, then we're in a good spot. Because you have to get a double protect. Oh, he went for Gleam, even better. Nice. He didn't want to lock into Draco. Electro just should pick up the KO here. Wow. Alright, Miraidon's down though. We still have Sash on Calyrex, so we just need to get Electro Drift off once. And then I think we're good. He should trickle him here. Oh, that's just enough for a KO anyway. Let's go, Ditto. Alright, we played that perfect. We stole my opponent's Miraidon and used it to win. Props to him for locking into Dazzling and going for double protect. If he was Assault Vest though, we probably would have been in some trouble. Because he could have Draco'd there and that would have definitely got the KO. But he had to go for a double protect. So if we lost there because he got a double protect, then you know that's something that we have to live with. But we played it well. We got paralyzed. But Solgaleo still got the KO on Urshifu. We got the 2-hit KO on Miraidon. So you see that's a 1-hit KO if we're at +2, right? Because a 1-hit did 50%. So that's why Psychic Fangs is super strong in this format. And especially going against opposing Grimmsnarl, like you just break their screens and it's just really solid. But let's keep going. Ho-Oh Zamazenta, Chimpao. This is most likely Booster Energy, Valiant. Solgaleo looks stronger to this team though. I think this team doesn't do good against screens though. I really want to bring Ditto, but is Ditto really the solution here? Like if I copy Ho-Oh, it only loses to Bolt. I kind of want to bring Ogerpon too. I think I'll go Calyrex Solgaleo, Ditto Ogerpon. Ogerpon is good into Tinglu, but I don't even know if you bring Tinglu here. If he leaves Valiant, I can just protect Calyrex and Sunsteel Strike it. I thought about leading Grim and paralyzing Valiant. Right? They didn't even leave Valiant. Alright, this might just be choice band Earthquake stuff, right? on, or do you expect Rock Slide? I think getting a flinch and potentially KOing Ho-Oh if he doesn't respect Rock Slide is like super good for us. Like either a flinch on Ting Lu or him not protecting or tearing Ho-Oh is really solid. And I think there's a high opportunity for one of them. Oh look, there's a Ho-Oh. So we take Ho-Oh immediately, right? And if we get a flinch, like that should just be just game changing. Cause then I can Sunsteel Strike plus Pollen Puff Ting Lu. Yeah, I had a feeling he didn't respect the Rock Slide. Alright, now we just need a flinch on Ting Lu because we know it's going for Earthquake here to break the sash. Oh, Stroke Chop. Oh, that's even better. Because now if you bring out Chen Pao, I can Sunsteel Strike. And I can play the end game to take his Zamazenta with my Ditto. Alright, but he brings out Zam in that slot. I don't like that he brought Zamazenta out in that slot because Solgaleo I plan for it to stick around. I don't want Ting Lu to really get off another attack. Oh, even better. Unless it's a double protect here. He might just be going for Earthquake. Oh yeah, Sunsteel should get the KO there. Calyrex is so strong. Even through Ting Lu's ability, Pollen Puff, and that's non-stab, still did that much. Yeah, we was gonna get the KO there regardless. Oh! There's no Chen Pao. I mean, you got a Terra Valiant and you just lose it, right? And I can switch this out into Ogerpon. Okay, good play. Iron defense. Now, if he lets me get the free switch in here, we're in a good spot. But I gotta get rid of his Valiant. But if we get rid of his... Like, cause now I can redirect plus body press. Oh, I think he's gonna body press here. I did. Oh, that doesn't do anything though. We really need the damage on his Zamazenta. Oh, because I copied his defense boost. But he still hasn't Terra'd yet. think we had this one if he wasn't Iron Defense. I did not expect the Iron Defense tech. Alright, he's grass. Yeah, we would have KO'd Thomas into had he not terrored. Well, maybe not. We would have brought it super low. Alright, but I could take Valiant this turn. Oh, I mean, he encore me in a body press. That's fine. I thought he would disable. I wanted to use that anyway. Ah, that's not good. All right. All right, this turn is spooky, right? Because I can... I'm gonna just go for it. But props to my opponent for getting back in this game with this cool team. Yeah. Yeah. Icy Wind, Encore Disable. What turn did I could have won this game? Oh, instead of going for Sunsteel Strike, I should have made the call on the Disable. Yeah, I feel like I played this game well, but the Valiant just too much. Yeah, I could have just Psychic Fangs the Valiant. Getting rid of Valiant like would have just won us the game, right? Because then Thomas Sentinel would have just been by itself. Yeah, that's where we lost the game. I should have anticipated Disable, but let's keep going. Alright, so we got Opposing Torn, Calyrex. I think we just try to paralyze everything. Yeah, paralyze and knock off. I think we leave Ditto this time. I could fake out a Spirit Break Urshifu too. Yeah, that's fine. I'm glad I didn't go for that play, so at least we get some value off this turn. And I don't think Light Screen is too valuable yet. Oh, he just went for Rain Dance anyway. Ah, that's actually not good. I should have knocked off. I think we gotta hope for a full kill right here. Yeah, that's probably cost me the game. Yeah, I thought that he would tailwind the previous turn, but yeah, that messed me up U-turning right there. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to win this with tailwind being up. We should be able to take a barrage. If he's focus sash, then we're in trouble. But if he's not focus sash, then I think we could be in a good spot. If he doesn't terror. Oh wow, he didn't even. He didn't even body press. Did he forget tailwind was up? Alright, we do get to double protect. Did he wide guard again? Let's go! We should take another Astro here. Nice. And we knock out Calyrex. I think you should just body press there or heavy slam. I'm not sure why he's wide guarding, but I think he may have forgotten that he has tailwind up. We definitely need a double protect there, but now we're in a decent spot. Yeah, we just flare blitz. And he cancels. Let's go. AV Ensign is able to take it's a 3-hit KO for Astral Barrage. We go, Sarah. That is beautiful. Alright, Torn Kyogre. So this is where we do the Ditto stuff. So Tornadus is all the way at the bottom, so we know he wants to lead it, right? So let's see these in center where I'm gonna go Calyrex Ditto. We're gonna copy his Torn and then Tailwind, right? And then we usually have Ogerpon against this team. And I think, is it Solgaleo? Yeah, it's gotta be Solgaleo. Solgaleo does good in this Zacian with Sunsteel Strike. We do more damage to it than it does to us with like Behemoth Blade or Sacred Sword. And if we get this right, we could potentially taunt the Torn, right? But I think setting up Tailwind is just fine, and then switching Ogerpon. Oh, he did it on the opposite side. Okay. But we get to see his Kyogre set, right? So this will let me know what he has against opposing Ogerpon. He may be Choice Scarf. With this set, I think you're Terra Water. I'm gonna switch in Pawn here. Oh! Just... I meant to Thunder switch in Pawn. He's gonna Water Spout here. Oh, he went for the Thunder. I wonder if that would have KO'd. I think you Thunder and Bleak Wing Calyrex, right? So I'm gonna follow me. If he's Choice Scarf with Kyogre though, and not Choice Specs, I think that's Choice Scarf, right? This does not work out well if he's faster with his Torn. Alright, so we're hoping that he's Choice Scarf Kyogre. Nice, okay. We should survive. Alright, now Bleak Wind. Now we can Tailwind though. This is fine because now we can Tailwind. And you can KO my Torn. If not, then I can switch it out into Solgaleo and still have Ditto for the end game. He does have taunt. He could taunt us, but then we still KO your I'm gonna just Tailwind and Astral Barrage. Oh, he lets us get the Tailwind off. All right, but Kyogre's probably gonna outspeed us because of the Choice Scarf, right? Yeah. All right, no paralysis. This is good for us. And now we have an extra turn of Tailwind. So now I can switch out Ditto into Solgaleo and then have Choice Scarf Ditto in the end game. I think we just have to switch here because we don't want to be locked into Tailwind. So we switch Protect, and then we have Astral Barrage Pressure. Oh, it is Zacian. Okay. So you're locked in to Choice Scarf, right? You should switch Kyogre. But I still have 3 turns of Tailwind, so I think I can sweep with that amount of time. What's Solgaleo floating? Solgaleo, I guess it's levitating. Yeah, Thunder is scary. But he stayed in with Kyogre, which is really bad for him. Because you should switch it out there, right? Yeah, because now we just wreck. Oh, he didn't even switch, Protect, nothing. Nice. Zacian does survive that, so I'm glad I'm doubled it into it in case he switched Kyogre. And whatever's in the back survives, and he could have KO'd Calyrex, right? And this is how you use Ditto to combat opposing Tornadus. The idea was to get, but he went all the way to the bottom and selected Tornadus first. But usually when they select Tornadus second, and then we select our Ditto right there, you can copy it. Yeah, but he just doesn't have any answer to this. Nice. Whew, that was a fun way to show how we went with this team. But that's how you beat the Tornadus. If you guys are using this team, that's how you beat Tornadus without getting rolled over. You can go for like the Grimmsnarl Thunderwave stuff to drop their speeds, but the better way to do it is the way that I just did. And you just, you blow out your opponent that way. We did use Grimmsnarl in the previous game, and it did help us out, but I do think that it's better to copy the Torn and just steal the Tailwind. And you can even taunt their Tailwind because your Choice Scarf, so you always outspeed them, and then they just don't get any Tailwind, right? And then they're forced to switch with their Tornadus, and you just keep getting free Astral Barrages also. That's another way to run it. That wouldn't have been as safe because his Kyogre was Choice Scarf, but it still was a fun game, and I showed you a way that you could use the Tornadus, the Ditto, to help you beat the Tornadus teams. But let's get into one final game. All right, so for our final game, we got Wims here with Miraidon, Calyrex, Iron Moth, Landorus, and Urshifu. With him having Tailwind plus Strikes, I think that Ogerpon is appropriate here. I do want to copy his Calyrex though, because it's so good into his team. Yeah, I think I want to copy Calyrex. Pawn is good only for the Urshifu. It doesn't really do well into the rest of it. I mean, I guess Cudgel hits Landorus and Moth. Probably one-shots both. So maybe I could consider that over Grim, but I think Grim's screens here helps me survive. Yeah, I think it may have been Ogerpon over Grim. So immediately we get the Urshifu. Is Urshifu dark? How does that change things? Maybe we just Spirit Break. Terra Sunsteel Strike. If you're not focused sash on Whimsicott and you don't tailwind, then we'll be in a good spot, right? Well, Grim is pretty safe here, so I can always Thunder Wave. Switching Calyrex come in, just Thunder Wave the Urshifu, and that's just a free KO. So I don't even think this is that bad for us. Endeavor off the rip? What? Okay. I mean, that sucks, right? But this is why, I mean, we just gotta hit Thunder Wave here, right? Does he really have a switch into this? This is like a free +1, right? He has no switch-ins into this. Ogerpon Redirection would have been really good here, but I still do have Ditto. Yeah, unless your Choice Scarf, this just knocks you out. Oh, no, he went for Endeavor, so it's not Choice Scarf. He is Focus Sash on the Whimsicott side. So that's actually good that he doesn't get 2 free switch-ins. I wonder if Whimsicott even has Moonblast, because that means you can't touch Calyrex, right? Oh, I like this. This is just Light Screen or Astro. Like, we're not threatened at all by KOs. Yeah, Endeavor Wicked Blow is pretty cute, because that's probably gets you a KO on like most things that don't resist it. Oh, dang. It does have Moonblast. Alright, but now I can switch in my Ditto, copy his Landorus, and if he locks into an electric move with Miraidon, the game just ends, right? Because then you can only hit me with Sludge Bomb. Oh, wait, what? He doesn't. Oh, he already terrored there. I could have switched into Landorus here, but I think it's fine. He's probably just going for Heat Wave, right? think we go for double protect because if we get it, then we're in a good spot. No. He's paralyzed, so we outspeed. Landorus shouldn't be able to one-hit KO us with Earth Power, so double protect actually loses the game. Yeah, he's paralyzed, so we outspeed it. Nice, that doesn't KO. We should outspeed. Nice. +2 Asperage. Should clean up both. And we still have Landorus plus Grimmsnarl in case it didn't. Beautiful. And protecting there was correct because just in case we missed Thunder Wave last turn, this gave us a second opportunity to hit another Thunder Wave. So it was always right to protect that last turn. Even though the outcome could have been the same, we could have just attacked there. If we missed Thunder Wave, this would have just gave us a second chance to use it, right? Yep, but that's going to be it for our battles with this team. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This team is so much fun, man. We've got to showcase the Solgaleo strategy. We got to showcase how good the Calyrex is. Ditto, especially MVP on this team, as well as like Grimmsnarl. So it's a really fun team. It functions really well. Has really good synergy. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let's go ahead and get into a final review. And that is gonna wrap up our battles with this team. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This team was super fun. It is really strong, and you see we were able to win a lot of games that your opponents may think that they have an advantage on you. And Calyrex and Solgaleo can really just put the matchups on their head because they don't really expect this type of set. So I give this team a 10 out of 10. I had a lot of fun with it, and there is a rental code up at the top right as well as a Poképaste down in the description below. Let me know with a comment, guys, what you guys think about Solgaleo. Do you think that it has a chance in Regulation I going forward? Do you think that somebody may give it a try at Worlds? And do you think that Calyrex Shadow is the best partner for it? Or is there something else that you guys have tried? But if you have, let me know in the comments below, and I'll respond to you guys, and I'll let you know my outlook on it. But that's going to be it for these battles. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Stay tuned. One new video soon. Deuces.